Welcome to Plan Watch Walk. We are up just north of Alwington in the Northumberland National Park, and we've got a really nice one ahead of us here. We're covering off the Dodd, Puncherton Hill, Gills Law, Gully Law, and coming back via Silverton Hill. Sorry for not looking at the camera, I'm reading the map. So I think we're going to have some adventures ahead of us. The backdrop's pretty stunning already and we're just starting. It's early October, so let's see what adventures we've got. And before we get going, let's have a look at the routing and the mapping. We leave Clennell and head through the valley to the Dodd, and then head over the fells to Gills Law, before picking up Gully Law and then picking on Silverton Hill on our return. We start the walk next to the pretty stunning Shannon Hall here, and we take the path around the side and start our walk on what looks like a beautiful day to get up onto the fells. Well, as we leave the hall behind us, we've just come along the river and joined by crows, jackdaws, herons, pheasants, geese. There's plenty of bird life along the way. Just passing over the small tributary here, and we're going to be heading up the valley before we start getting up into the hills. We can just see them through the valley there. Once we follow the river along, hardly a river, large stream really, we keep following the track, and ahead of us here we've got the Dodd, and we can just see the track heading up the side of the Dodd. So this is our first bit of a climb. We should hopefully get some decent views from up there. It's a beautiful morning, end of September, beginning of October. It's one of those really nice fresh mornings. Marvellous. We're up on top of the Dodd now, and we can see the valley that we've just come through, the gorge there. Will be our right as we're walking straight over us now. It's Rookland Hill, and if I pan round, we've got the hillock there is Puncherton Hill, which is where we're heading next, and got a nice just past ahead of us. So we're up on the headland now, which is really nice, and the views are just really nice. Nice steady climb up, a bit breezy on top, but it's just really very pleasant. Nice so far. Looking forward to the rest. We're up on top of Puncherton Hill now, and on the way up here from the Dodd up to here, it's one of those ones, if you watched my videos before, you know what I say, keep looking behind you. It's one of those walks, it's brilliant. As we pull round right the way on the headland in the dusk, that is Simonside and Dove Crag, and there's a couple of walks on the site for those ones. But we are now heading down into the valley a wee bit just ahead of us. Well, this is a really pleasant walk down here. We've got a farm ahead of us, and we've been serenaded by meadow pipits and skylarks, which is nice. So as we pan round, heading towards the farm. We're down at Puncherton now, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a post and it says public footpath straight ahead. Don't do as I did and follow the path, because that's not the way. There's actually, just by Puncherton here, on the other side of the post, there's a public right of way. So we need to go through the centre of the Puncherton, and then we're going to head up the other side. So we've got Puncherton the farm just pretty much centre a picture in the valley there. And as we came out of there's a track. Once you get through the gate, I don't know if you can see it next to a cow just next to the gate, you need to go up the side of the wall. Now, this is where it starts becoming interesting. We are more or less off paths. If we look at the map, I'll put a picture of the top right hand corner. We are heading now across the fells and heading over towards the slight peak we can just see in the foreground, just slightly behind that. But this is where you're really going to need the GPS mapping to keep you on course. It's up, as you can probably hear, but still a really nice day. The undulating hills around here, just brilliant. Really enjoying it. Hope you are as well. We're up on top of Gills Law now, and you can probably hear the winds getting up a wee bit. As I mentioned, it's useful having the GPS. I'm using the US. As I say, all the routes are available through our website. And we're heading over here. We're heading off-piste, if you like, not on marked trails. And there's supposed to be, pretty much straight ahead of us somewhere, supposed to be some waterfalls. So we're going to go look for some waterfalls. And over in the distance there, you can see the Simonside Hills. Let's see if we can find some waterfalls. No idea what they're going to be like. Never walked this one before. All part of the excitement. We've just come down from Gills Law, as I said before. Very easy to get lost across these fells here. And you can just hear some water, so hopefully in the gully there, in the valley, there is a couple of waterfalls to have a look at. And then we climb up and we head up to Gully. Let's see what these waterfalls look like. Hopefully it's worth all the bother. So we're down at Bittlestone Burn. I'm pretty sure these aren't the waterfalls, they're supposed to be further downstream. So what we'll do, I think we'll cross here and then we'll go down the other side of the beck and see if we can find these waterfalls. Burn, and I can hear the waterfalls, but the overgrowth is just too thick to get into it. It's behind this tree which is straight ahead of us, I think. But it's worth coming this way. The view of the little burn meanders through is rather beautiful. Anyway, we are onwards up to the next peak. Nearly at the peak of Gills Law. Again, getting some great views. Sorry for the noise, it's a bit windy. And then we have Gills Law, and that's the valley we've just been in. Well, we're up on top of Gills Law. Don't know if you can hear me. And the wind's pretty strong. So let's have a look at a bit of a panoramic view, and then we're going to head down, and we've got one more peak to do. On our way down, we get a great view of the valley with Bittlestone Burn meandering its way through. So we've got to drop into there and then come out the other end to get to the house, which is just over the way there. Well, it's been a bit of an adventure on the way down. As you can see from the terrain, there's no path, so you've just got to fight your way through ferns, and it's pretty steep. Anyway, we are next heading through some more ferns. Got to cross the beck, and then we've got to get up the other side, and then after that it should be, hopefully, reasonably plain sailing on the way back. Let's find out. Well, once again down at Bittlestone Burn that we passed earlier, and we need to cross it again, and I think just there ahead of us is probably the best place to get over. And then we've got quite a climb up the other side. Well, coming down off Gills Law, just ahead of us here, it's A, probably steeper than it looks, and B, no defined paths, and C, the heather is really thick in the ferns. Anyway, we came down into this beautiful gully here, and we've come up, can't really see it, but only a vertical climb out, and well, hopefully going to join a path which is going to take us through this woods here. That was a bit of a challenge. Expected? Yeah, probably. No defined path, pretty vertical slope. Yeah, you're going to get some challenges. But it was good fun, and we're here, and we're continuing. Ahead of us here, we've got Gills Law that we came down off, and you can probably see the steepness of some of the lower slopes. That was a bit interesting. Ahead of us here, we have Biddleston Farm, and the building up on the top of the hill behind the farm there, that's what we came up to as we came up the steep slope. As we pan round over on the left here, we have Silverton Hill, 385 metres. That's our next point of call, our next challenge, and then after that a nice meander back down to the conclusion of the walk. Up on top of Silverton Hill, don't often do this these days, but just to point a few things out. We've got the valley that we came up, we've got over here, we've got the Dodd, oops, round about here. As we come along, we've got centre of screen now, got Puncherton Hill, and then we've got the farm at Puncherton. We followed the wall on top of the peak, straight ahead, centre, and that there is Gills Law, and the big guy at the far end, that's Gills Law. And this is the views. Ahead of us there we've got Crackside, Dove Crag just to the left as we pull round. So we've got to go over the hill here, over the mound, and down into the valley. Just ahead of us here in the valley, that's Almonton. Apologies for the wind, just going down off Silverton, and we can see the route back to the hall, to Clenelel. So not much further to go now. Well, this brings the walk of 5 hills, peaks, to a close. Sorry for the movement on the camera, it's a bit windy still. It's been a good walk out in the Northumberland Hills again. It's been a little while since I've been out in the Northumberland Hills, so it's been great to be out here. There's been some challenges on the way, getting down to see the waterfalls, which sadly we couldn't see, and coming down off the off the last peak there, Cold Hill. Great walk. Just like to say a massive thanks to everyone who's watching these videos, to the subscribers. Thank you ever so much. Thumbs up, comments below would be fantastic. And as ever, there's a load more information on planwatchwalk.guide, the website. Huge amounts of info inside there. So hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next one, bye for now.